Islam is people follow. It's not an argument. You're free to think and believe what you like at your own expense. What do you mean it's not an argument? I agree it's not an argument because it says so in the Quran that Allah made it appear that Jesus was crucified, thus he caused the confusion that caused Christianity. I'm saying that from the perspective that if Islam is true, obviously I believe Christianity is really true and this book is false, but I'm saying that if you believe in Islam, you also have to believe that Allah caused Christianity to happen. And my follow-up question would be like, do you guys reconcile that with why would he do that? Responding with insults towards another religion instead of answering. Sorry, what was your question? That's from Mainzy. If anybody anybody want to chat, like talk to me. Oh, I see. Somebody actually send a request. Hey, man.
Yo.
How are you doing?
Hey, man, how are you?
Good, man. Good. How do you pronounce your name? I just don't want to butcher it. So sorry, guys. I'm not going to keep an eye on the...
My first name is Muhammad.
Muhammad. Nice to meet you, mate.
Yeah, just call me Muhammad.
Yeah,
nice to meet you.
Where are you joining from?
London.
Oh, okay. Nice. Me too.
Alright, so if Islam is true, then Allah created Christianity.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
What do you mean by Allah created Christianity?
So I'm referring to Surah 4, 157, where it says, the Christians are boasting, we killed the Messiah, Jesus, son of Mary, the messenger of Allah. But then Allah corrects them and says, but they neither killed him nor crucified, he was only made to appear.
No, it's not the Christians that killed him. It's the Jews that were boasting, not the Christians.
Yeah. I'm saying. Sorry, I didn't read the previous verse. I'm saying that. And
oh, they can't hear me.
No. I can hear you. I can hear you.
No, the comments. You can't hear me.
The comments can't hear you.
Yeah, wait. Let me drop and then bring it back up again.
It might be something on my side. Let me check my primary speaker. Try that.
Can you guys hear me now?
Let's see. Why can we hear the guest? There's so many. Yes, we can hear you now. Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry. There's so many settings and stuff in the. You're on the. But okay, cool. Yeah, nice guys. Thanks for letting us know. Yeah. So anyway, so my claim is that if Allah made it appear like Jesus was crucified, Allah caused Christianity to happen because he created the confusion. Why didn't Allah, if he wanted to save Jesus, why did he have to make it look like Jesus was crucified, causing the confusion? Why didn't he just, save Jesus some other way, like just didn't let him get arrested?
Yeah, okay, nice question. This is quite a nice question, actually. So I assume you're Christian, right?
Yeah, I'm Christian, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so...
And I mean...
we believe...
Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead, go on.
No, I'm saying... I don't know if that can really... It's more like, how do you reconcile that, with why would Allah do that?
Yeah, it's the same for anything, to be honest. Like, we would say that in other words, like, Allah created everything, obviously. So Allah also created things like atheism, Hinduism.
But is he directly responsible for it? Or is it just like within his allowed will? Where I feel like this is more like he's directly responsible for it. Like, because he says he caused it to look like he was crucified. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So there's Quran, another verse you're saying, it says, وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ وَلَكِنْ شُبِّهَ لَهُم. So he made it appear as if he was crucified. We have two opinions when it comes to this. We say the first one is that either one, Allah raised him up and he replaced him with someone. And
say again? Say again the first one?
So the first opinion, because we don't actually know what Allah did to make think like that. So like one opinion we do have is that Allah raised him up and replaced him with someone that looks like him.
What do you mean raised him? What do you mean raised him up?
Yeah, raised him up to the heavens.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Okay, so before he was on the cross, Allah already raised him up to the heavens. Yeah.
No, like he could have been on the cross and then he raised him up from there.
Okay, and
But, like they
then
never ended up killing him.
yes, okay. So before
Yeah,
he died, essentially, he
yeah.
was raised up already, and somehow his body stayed behind or something, and they
No,
thought
no.
they were
We
killing.
believe that he had a physical ascension.
So
So
on
like,
the cross, how would it have happened then that he physically ascended and nobody
yeah,
realized
that's
it?
what we're saying. Like, we have two opinions when it comes to this matter. So the first one would be that when Allah physically rose, we call him Isa
Yeah,
alayhi salam,
yeah.
he replaced him with someone that looks like it. That's the first opinion.
Okay.
And then the second opinion would be that we wouldn't know exactly how, but he made it appear so. Like, we don't know the exact means of how Allah did this, but he did do it.
Yeah.
So back to the question that then Allah created Christianity. Yeah, we believe that Allah essentially would have created Christianity because then we believe in this life we have a test and we need to pass this test in order to go heaven.
Hmm.
And so if this life is a test, then we need certain situations to happen where we have the ability to discern what's right from what's wrong.
Okay.
And if Allah never created such situations where you have this choice, then this life wouldn't necessarily be a test. You understand?
But how do you reconcile that with like, because isn't it, it's like, isn't it an insult to God to say, but for instance, that, you know, because obviously Christians worship now Jesus as God.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like, how do you reconcile that? Like, I understand about tests and stuff like that, but I mean, it's offensive to Allah. I mean, He says people mustn't say, we killed him. But then He makes it appear.
So Allah would do that to test his. What do you, Abu Hamza? What do you mean I'm wrong? Wait, I want to see what I said wrong.
What do you mean?
You said I said something wrong. I want to know what I said
Oh,
wrong. Maybe I did say something wrong. I already spoke with the host. Oh, did he already
oh,
speak?
hey Abu. Are you and Abu friends?
I think I've seen him before, but I want to know what I said. Maybe I did say something wrong. Oh, maybe it's where I said essentially Allah did create Christianity.
I mean, people have different opinions, man. Just because he doesn't agree with you doesn't mean you say something wrong. But I'd like to talk to you
Yeah.
again as well, Abu. I see, Abu. I saw. Ooh, I don't know. How many people do we want? Do we want more people in? Do you want me to
I mean,
accept Abu?
You can bring up
Could-
Abu. I just want to.
Yeah, you want to talk to him? Okay, but then it's going two against one. I don't know how long I'm gonna let you both.
If he speaks, I'll mute. I'll mute.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Hey, Abu.
Assalamu alaikum. Ah, wait, he lost
Yeah,
me.
well, sorry, gang, I'm just looking up. Yeah, how you guys doing, host? Had a nice conversation last time.
Yeah. Hey, Abu. Nice to hear you.
Yo, what did I say wrong, Hamza? Abu Hamza. I just want to know. Yeah, so I think
So Allah
Allah.
didn't create Christianity. I'll tell you why.
Yeah, he wouldn't be the direct cause, right?
I'm gonna let these guys talk now.
The Bruce,
Nah, I'd think it would be like an indirect cause.
yo, can you guys hear me?
Or your
Yeah,
Wi-Fi is
Abu. I
really
think
bad.
I think your connection or something's bad. It's showing up red on my
What
side.
about now? What about now?
Yeah, you're still
Yeah.
cutting out a bit.
That's
Can you hear
bad. That's bad.
Yeah, so Allah didn't create Christianity, right? Because let's just say, right, Allah made it appear that Jesus was crucified. An atheist can be there and believe Jesus was crucified. Does that mean he's a Christian?
No.
Okay, so he didn't create Christianity. So, host, if an atheist was there at the crucifixion, he saw Jesus crucified, right? Is he a Christian?
Okay, but he still caused it.
No, but I'm saying to you're saying Allah making it cause, sorry, Allah making it appear that Jesus was crucified caused Christianity, right? So I'm saying you can believe Jesus was crucified without being a Christian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's very close. You still hear what I'm saying? Like, if he didn't make it look like Jesus was crucified, if he just saved him some other way, like didn't get him arrested or anything, like Christianity wouldn't have even started. So it's like very close to it. Especially the fact that, yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into too much. I think that's enough.
Not necessarily, because there were, as I said to you last time, in the first and second century, there were different beliefs going on in the first and second century. As I said to you, the Macedonians believed that Simon the Cyrene was on the cross. So just because your sect of Christianity became the most popular, doesn't mean that was the truth. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not really what we're talking about now.
No, but I'm saying how do you define Christianity? Do you define Christianity as solely believing in the crucifixion?
The crucifixion and the resurrection.
Okay, beautiful. So if Allah made it appear that Jesus was crucified, right, then he didn't die. So in order to resurrect, you need to die. So
Yeah.
that throws the resurrection out. And what did Paul say? Paul said, if Christ didn't come back from the dead, then your faith is in vain, right?
Yeah. Okay. You know, but you hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying. I'm saying, if I'm talking from the perspective of Islam, I'm saying that if Islam is true, Allah caused or created Christianity a false religion. I'm not saying He created a true
How do you
religion. I'm
How do you
saying.
follow? No. I'm
Because
saying
so I'm talking completely from the point of view from Islam, right? Because you guys believe Christianity exists, right? But you don't believe it's the truth. I'm not saying Islam caused Christianity to be true. I'm saying Islam caused Christianity, the religion, to start, even though from your point of view it's false.
Yes, so if we define, it depends how you define Christianity. If you define Christianity as a follower of Christ, right, and being a disciple and being a student of Christ, then yeah, Allah obviously did create Christianity, but that's not a religion. How you define Christianity is the death, burial, and resurrection, and that Jesus is God.
Yeah.
Allah didn't create that. So you have to substantiate how Allah made people believe that Jesus was God.
What I'm saying is that if Allah didn't make it appear like Jesus was crucified, nobody would believe in the resurrection. Because if they didn't see him die, they wouldn't have believed in the resurrection.
Yeah, okay, beautiful. So just because Allah made it appear that somebody died, that doesn't mean that Allah made it appear that he resurrected and that he's
But
God.
why would Allah make it appear that he died, knowing very well, all knowing what was going to happen?
Yeah, beautiful. So Allah, as the brother said, this is a test. So the first argument is that Allah created Christianity. So we already debunked that. So now your question is, why did Allah make it appear so? So from our side, we believe that can.
You're cutting out again, man.
Yeah, sorry.
You said from our side, we believe that Allah can, and then you cut out.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we believe that Allah can deceive the deceivers. And by the way, this is even from the biblical perspective. There's a story in the Old Testament, right? Where, hold on, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah. There's a story in the Old Testament, right? Where there was that tried to attack the Israelites. And the Assyrian army was much bigger than the Israelite army. So what did God do in the story? God made the people, the Assyrian army, he made it appear that there was a larger army coming to fight them.
Yeah.
Oh, is this King Ahab of Israel? I think it's King Ahab, where God sends a lying spirit.
But I'm tracking. Oh, sorry, Abu, you cut out again. I'm tracking what you're saying. Like, there's many.
No, not that one, not that one.
Yeah,
So
but
Allah,
I'm tracking what you're saying. Like even
your God made it appear something that wasn't there.
yeah, so that
So you could
so that
deceive
is but hear the context though. But it was so that his people can have victory, so that the faith can grow and be established. Okay, what I'm saying is what Allah caused then, if Islam is true, he caused a false religion to start.
Yeah, but that could be applied to any religion that exists.
Yeah, but I'm saying that the example that Abu gave doesn't track with this example, because in the Old Testament, when
No,
God
I'll tell you how.
this
Because God gave victory to his Messiah. His Messiah was not unalived, right? He wasn't bruised. He wasn't hurt. So
Yeah.
that's victory within itself. Your side of your definition.
But
of
why
victory
did he do it
is still
that
being
way?
humiliated
Why
on the
didn't he do
cross.
it that way? Why didn't he do it like just he just saved him from being arrested?
What do you mean? He did.
No, you say he's
He
yeah, but why did he then have it make appear that he was crucified as well? Why does the appearance thing? Why does the confusion thing has to be there?
So God is deceiving the deceivers. What's the issue with
But
that?
for what? But for what reason? Why?
Yeah,
Why
because-
deceive
yeah,
people
because-
to think
because-
that made Christianity start? That started Christianity.
Look. So
It didn't
these
start.
people,
Oh my! It didn't start Christianity, bro. I'm saying to you, Christianity isn't just simply
That was
believing
the-
a Jewish man died on a stick.
Yeah, but-
that's not Christianity.
But if
So
the
you can't say
death
God
didn't
made-
happen, the resurrection couldn't have happened, and then it couldn't have started.
the resurrection accounts are a bit funny.
It's a huge jump, man. It's a huge.
No, I'm not saying the resurrection accounts are true. I'm saying that if it wasn't made to appear that he was crucified, there couldn't even be a resurrection account.
No, like the issues with the resurrection accounts is that, like, they don't match up. Number one, and number two, like there's
But that's
loads of different-
beyond. That's a different discussion, mate.
No. From our perspective, right? If Allah made it appear so, right, then there is no resurrection. So because people believe in a resurrection, that's not a, people believe stupid things all the time. People believe a cow is God. Does that mean God made people believe that?
Yeah, but why make it look? I just still don't understand. Why make it look like he was crucified? If Allah knew that people were going to think that he was raised, they're going to come up with this.
Yeah, I gave you this example last time. So when Allah performs a miracle, what people take from that miracle isn't Allah's fault. So I gave you the example from Paul, where Paul done a
Okay.
miracle and the people there started worshiping.
Yeah,
him.
but Paul
So what
immediately
people
rebuked
decide to
them.
ask is not-
Paul immediately rebuked
I
them.
know
Allah
that.
waited 600 years and waited for Christianity to flourish. I mean, Christianity is billions people big now. Like, he could have stopped it before it even started. And not
There's
just
no
stopped
need
it, he actually caused it. He is the
Wait,
one who made it look like
also
Jesus was
need to
crucified.
Stop it, because we still believe that this life is a test. So we still need the ability to discern what's right from what's wrong. So there's not really a need to stop the growth of Christianity.
I respect that in a
Sure.
way, but then in another way, then I don't know. You're
because
saying that
I
there
can
has
see
to be. You're saying then, from a Muslim perspective, there has to be false worship of God.
No,
I don't
but
know.
look, I could flip the same thing on you.
Look, Akhtab. One second. Can't I say in that perspective that God created atheism? Because
Yeah,
what
I
if
was
there
gonna
was a
say that.
guy there? One second. I'm saying to you, this is how low tier this argument from the host is. I can say God created anything from that scenario. If God made it appear that Jesus was crucified, and there was a man there was a Jewish man who believed that the Messiah was crucified, then I can say, okay, God created Judaism, God created atheism. So
Just say,
Yeah.
no, say
Like, what
again.
if-
Say again, Abu. I'm not tracking. Just slow down a little bit. Just say it again.
Yeah. So at the crucifixion, right?
Yeah.
if God made it appear that Jesus was crucified, there could be an atheist man, right? A person that didn't believe in God, witness that, right? That doesn't mean he's a Christian. So he remained an atheist because he saw somebody that people looked up to being crucified. Does that mean God caused that person to be an atheist?
No, but the thing is though,
That's
many
what I mean.
people.
So it's a low-tier argument.
No, but what I'm
Wait,
saying
Horst.
though is why Allah obviously knew that Christianity was going to start out of this. Like, why then?
Horst,
Yeah,
Horst.
and God knew that Hinduism would start.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but he didn't directly
What would you
cause
want people
it.
to
He
do?
didn't intervene. I'm saying Allah intervened in history to make it look like.
I can say, look at this. I can say God created a cow. Why is God creating cows? No,
That's a natural thing. That's a natural
We're
thing.
gonna worship the cow.
That's just a natural thing.
So,
Okay,
I'm
wait,
saying
wait, Horst.
you can do this with anything. Like it's just a really bad
Yeah,
argument.
Horst, this question can be flipped back to you with Judaism.
Yeah, go for
Like,
it.
why would God create Judaism?
Oh, bro, host. Remember we spoke about last time, Jeremiah 33. Your God created Judaism because
Yeah, but Judaism.
today.
Yeah, but
today
Judaism is a good thing.
Rejects the Messiah. What's it called? Judaism rejects the Messiah.
Yeah, but there was
Right,
a
so
purpose for Judaism. The purpose for Judaism was to bring the Messiah. What's the purpose for Christianity?
I'm talking about rabbinic Judaism. Rabbinic Judaism today, right? They don't believe Jesus is the Messiah. And why don't they believe Jesus is the Messiah?
Yeah,
We
but
spoke about this last time, host.
the thing is,
Because Jesus fails the messianic prophecies, and you couldn't respond to that last time, host. So do you have a response today?
I just go a little bit slower, mate. Let's go a little bit slower.
Yeah. So I can say your God revealed messianic prophecies, and
Okay, mate. Well,
He
let me give a
made
chance to
Jesus-
respond. You're getting very excited tonight. Let me give a chance to respond.
yeah.
Okay.
So respond to that argument, right? Your God created Judaism because
Yes.
He revealed messianic prophecies that Jesus fails.
Okay, you're making two claims here. Okay, first claim is that God created Judaism. Okay, your second claim is that Christianity fails because because the messianic prophecies failed. Okay, that's two separate claims.
It's the same point. It's the same point. It's the same point because Judaism wouldn't exist today,
Yeah.
right? If Jesus fulfilled all the Old Testament prophecies.
Prophecies. Okay.
Everyone would just believe it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
But
Okay.
instead,
I think.
your God
Okay.
revealed-
I would say.
knowing that people-
Yeah. I would say here. I would sit here as a Christian and say that Jesus did fulfill all the messianic prophecies. Are we going to go into that tonight? Absolutely not. But what I would say is that yes, absolutely, God created Judaism with the purpose for the Messiah to come and to be manifested through Judaism. There's a very specific reason. From the beginning, the plan was always been for Jesus to come. That's why Judaism existed, God making him known to his people. What's the purpose of God creating Christianity if Islam is true? Like, I understand that God created to create Judaism so that Christianity could be born. Why did Allah create Christianity so that Islam could be born?
No. You didn't respond to the point. My point was the reason why your God created Judaism today. I'm not speaking about.
He didn't create it today. He created it with like Abraham.
It wasn't. Rabbinic Judaism came after Jesus. I'm speaking about rabbinic Judaism.
All right, I don't know that much. I would be the first one here to put up my hand and say I don't know that much. I don't know about that much about rabbinic Judaism. But obviously it came from Judaism. It came from Judaism. Judaism was before rabbinic Judaism.
Yeah. So are you saying Jesus followed Judaism?
Yeah. Jesus was a Jew.
Bro, he followed Judaism.
Yeah.
You're actually serious. So what does it mean? What does it mean to follow Judaism?
To follow the law of Moses.
So it wasn't. If you follow the law of Moses, that means you're a Jew.
Yeah.
So are Levites Jews?
Are Levites Jews?
Yeah.
So if you are seed of Abraham, then you are basically automatically a Jew, I
I'm
guess.
the seed of Abraham. I'm an Ishmaelite, so am I a Jew as well?
No, technically not. So I was wrong there.
Ishmael's the seed, exactly. Ishmael's the seed of Abraham.
Yeah. So So they're not through through Isaac's line then.
Through Isaac's line, no. So an Israelite. Are you saying every Israelite's a Jew?
Yeah, because wasn't.
I don't believe you know.
So what was whose name was changed to Israel? You're getting into stuff that I'm not.
Jacob.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess
So
from
Isaac
from Jacob's line.
Yeah, exactly. So, but Jacob, he had 12 sons.
Harley Quinn really
One
wants
of
to
them-
join. I'm just gonna. But Harley Quinn, we can't have too many people talking at the same time. So I'm letting you in because you've been in line for a long time. But just sit tight and let's just keep this cordial.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't worry, I'll let
So
people talk.
Cool. Thanks for joining.
I'm giving the definition of Jew host. So a Jew is somebody who comes from the tribe of Judah. So there are 12 tribes. So not every Israelite is a Jew. I hope you know that. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not but that's cool, man. I'm gonna let you go with that, Jim.
Host, I'm gonna drop down. I'm gonna drop down anyway, host. It's been a nice
Wait,
chat.
wait, before you drop down, can I ask you something?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think it's driving though.
Yeah, right. So, now, my point is, because I was listening to what you were saying, right? Now, the first thing that you said is that, that Allah could have created Christianity as a test. Now, if the Quran wasn't around until 600 years later...
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. The brother said that, and
you did imply that it was maybe some sort of a test for the it was a test for the unbelievers.
No.
I changed my wording.
I never said God created Christianity at all. God did not create Christianity.
Well, I mean, to me, because I always had this same thought in my head that the host has. If Allah made it appear, right, so if Jesus wasn't actually crucified and Allah made it appear, but Christianity is the core belief of Christianity is that Jesus died on the cross for us,
and
right?
resurrected,
and resurrected.
See, again,
Agreed. I'm not
You're trying to
disagreeing
limit
with that.
Christianity to just somebody dying on a cross. An atheist believes Jesus died on a cross.
We're rehashing the same stuff now, guys. We're rehashing the same stuff.
Of course it does. Yes, it does. Because the belief of Christianity...
An atheist that believes Jesus was crucified is a Christian. What?
Right.
We're rehashing the same.
What?
We're rehashing the same things. I get what you're saying, Harley, and Abu gets what I'm saying. Abu, where are you driving, man?
Yeah,
Right.
I'm driving to pick up a pizza, man.
Oh, nice, man. But Abu,
Yeah, okay.
at some point, I do want to get you back because I'm ready to continue our discussion, which actually started last night.
Yeah, I'm
we
gonna drop down anyway. There's a guy in the request box called Zebo, right? He wants to come up. He's a very nice fella.
Is he the master?
So,
Is he the master?
No. He's my teacher, though. He's my teacher.
He's your
But
teacher.
anyway-
Oh man, you're already hard. Now you're sitting with somebody. He's gonna continue the Jewish stuff. I'm not.
Look,
But that's
you
it,
see,
man.
Host. You
I'm
jumped to
Johan.
the deep end, host.
I'm Johan.
You jumped to the deep end.
I'm Johan. You can call me Johan, man.
Yo, go on,
Dude.
go on, mate. I'm gonna drop down. Right,
Go,
Zebo,
man.
right, Zebo.
All right, cheers, mate. Hey, Moritz.
see,
Oh, sorry, I just want to say hi to my buddy Moritz. Hey, man. Thanks for joining. How long have you been on, Moritz?
A few minutes.
Okay. Let's go crazy here. Okay, so Harley, just tell me about yourself real quick.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, me. I'm from the UK. I'm a Christian.
Okay.
And yeah, that's me.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for joining tonight. Okay, let's accept Zeba. Let's see what Zeba has to say. Are you still there, Mohammed? Sibo.
Say that again, sorry? Was that
Yo,
to me?
what's up, man?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What do you
Yo,
say?
it's
What do you have to say, Zibo, on this topic? Have you been listening?
Yeah. So you, thank you for having me. Anyways,
Yeah, man.
you guys already touched up on it, right? The point Abu Hamza articulated very well, and right before, because that's why I was in the request box. I wanted to bring that point up. I didn't know if you guys hashed that already, but
Which point was
yeah,
that?
that's the
Bring it back up.
the point is that you're essentially the claim here is that if Islam is true, then Allah created Christianity because of the crucifixion of Jesus. He made it appear so, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's it's like you guys are not fully representing what Christianity is, because Christianity is not just the crucifixion of Jesus.
I understand that. I understand that.
Christianity is the death, burial, resurrection.
Let's give him a chance, Arlie.
The belief, yeah, is the
No,
death,
but
burial,
nobody's,
No,
nobody's
Arlie,
said
I'm gonna mute.
crucifixion
No,
is the only
but Arlie,
belief.
I'm
It's
gonna.
a core belief,
Arlie,
though, no?
I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you. I like to let people talk. I like to let people talk. Let's let them
Appreciate
talk.
that. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. So, as I was saying, like Christianity is the death, burial, resurrection, vicarious atonement.
Yes, there we
And
go.
the Trinity,
Amen.
right? To believe that Father, Son, Holy Spirit are co-equal,
Yes.
consubstantial,
Preach it, bro.
co-eternal. That's Christianity.
Yes.
So we even have like scholars in Islam that say like prior to the existence of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, there are people who believed in the oneness of God. They didn't believe God had son. They might have believed that Jesus was crucified. Those people were considered Muslims. So believing that Jesus was crucified wasn't even taking you out of the fold of Islam prior to the existence or to the arrival of the Prophet Muhammad in the Quran. So when it comes to believing that Jesus was crucified, that's fine. The problem with Christianity is not that they just believe Jesus was crucified, is that they believe Jesus was crucified, resurrected on the third day, is vicarious atonement for sins.
Yeah.
He is the Son of God and he is God, consubstantial with the Father. All of those things combined, that's what makes Christianity false. None of that was created by Allah. None
Okay.
of that.
Okay, I understand that 100%. What I'm saying though is, all I'm saying that if Allah only saved Jesus and didn't make it appear like he was crucified, Christianity wouldn't have started. That's what I'm saying, man.
Okay, so
Yeah,
do you understand?
I'm not saying that Allah forced people to believe that
No,
you know
I'm not
Jesus
saying-
was
I'm not saying
resurrected
you're
and
saying
stuff,
that,
but
but-
I'm saying he caused the confusion that led
I'm-
to Christianity to start.
No.
If
The
I'm
confusion-
obviously talking from the point of view from
Right.
Islam, yeah.
Right. No, believing whether Jesus was crucified or not, if you stopped right there, that wouldn't have been an issue. The issue arises when, other figures come along, like Irenaeus of Lyon, like Justin Martyr, like these other church fathers, where they're insinuating that Jesus has some level of divinity, maybe not fully God himself, but some level of divinity. For example, Irenaeus of Lyon.
But they didn't come up with the resurrection.
No, that's not
already
the point here. Again,
no. But to me, it is the point
The
because the
like
Quran,
Paul.
but the Quran says that the resurrection didn't happen.
Agreed. But again, people like Paul, another name I forgot to mention, he's the first one to ever write about the resurrection.
Yeah.
Name me any individual that existed prior Paul, any documents before Paul where they were discussing the alleged resurrection of Jesus.
Why would there be any documents before Paul?
But
had
that's
a
just my point. My
Paul
point
had
is that
Paul had a purpose for writing. He was writing to different churches for letters to
That's
discuss
fine,
things. So
but
it came up in there. The main way of communicating things was verbal during that time.
that's fine. But my point is that is people like Paul, is people like the predecessors of Paul, right? Like the church fathers that I mentioned, they're the ones who implemented the idea of the resurrection, right?
No, that's
It
not true.
comes from Paul.
That's not true. That's not historic. That's not
Can
true.
you prove otherwise?
Yeah, the disciples
Yes,
of Jesus, they all believed in the resurrection. And they
According
all
to
were according to
John.
themselves. According to John,
John,
according to Matthew,
Mary
Okay.
Magdalene. There's the Gospel of John. There's
and
the
according
Gospel of Mary.
and according to the church fathers who knew John, who knew the apostles, all attested that they saw the resurrected Jesus.
Okay, so this is my problem, right? Because you guys don't get what I'm saying here. There are no intangible evidence that the Gospel of John, Matthew, Luke, or Mark even existed prior to Paul. Paul is the first document that existed.
But that's fine.
Right.
That's not a problem.
Okay, that is a problem. Let me tell you why.
But the people who knew John testified that John believed in the crucifixion. The people who knew Peter, they all. So either all these people are scheming together. For what purpose? So they can get killed, because that's what happened to people who believed.
They're not the only ones. Because let me tell you why. They're not the only ones. Let me tell you why. Because there were other groups that existed within the first century and the second century that did not believe in the crucifixion of Jesus. For example, right, the verse that a lot of Christians like to use against Islam.
But why do you bring that up if Allah made it appear that Jesus was crucified?
Let me tell you.
Because that goes against the Quran.
The verse that people like to bring up against Islam, right, is Galatians chapter 1 verse 8, right? Galatians chapter 1 verse 8, what does it say? It's talking about how Paul is telling people, right, that he was astonished on how people turned away from, the gospel, right, to something else, okay? And then says, if we or anyone else, even from an angel from heaven, preaches a different gospel than the one that we're preaching to you, then let them be cursed.
Yes.
You're familiar with that verse, right?
Yes.
Who is Paul talking to here?
Who's to the Galatians?
To the Galatians, right? And Galatians are who exactly?
I'm not, mate. I'm not a scholar.
It's okay. Galatians are from the region of Galatia, known as modern day Turkey today. Okay, so these people did not witness the crucifixion of Jesus. Yet Paul is frowned upon them turning away from a set of beliefs and believing in something different, and he's not happy with that. Okay, and you're gonna find his distaste for this in chapter 3 of Galatians when he says, "Oh, you foolish Galatians, who had bewitched you?"
He's mad at them because they're turning back to the Mosaic law. They're turning back. They wanted to get snipped. What do you call it?
No, he's mad at them because he says that you're foolish Galatians who had bewitched you.
Yeah,
Why?
to get circumcised. Because they wanted to get circumcised.
But why do they think they were bewitched? Why do they think he tells you?
Because they wanted to earn their salvation through works and not through faith.
No.
Yes.
No.
I know Galatians very well.
No.
I know Galatians very well. Now you're talking to a Christian who knows his Bible, bro.
No. Wait,
that's 100%. That's what the whole Galatians is about.
Okay, but can I tell you where I'm going with this? Okay.
Sure.
That's a part of it.
But I'm going to stop you if you're wrong.
Because in that same chapter, he talks about that circumcision is through the heart, and that we become the seed of Abraham through the belief of the death, burial, and resurrection, and the vicarious atonement through Jesus Christ. All become the seed of Abraham. He says that in that same chapter, right? Sure. Agreed? That's a part of it, I agree. But in that same sentence, he tells you who has bewitched you.
Let's go. What verse are you? Which verse are you?
In chapter 3. Chapter 3, in the beginning part of chapter 3.
Okay.
Of Galatians.
Yeah. Oh, you foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you? It was before your eyes that Jesus Christ was publicly portrayed as crucified.
There we go. That right there. It was before your eyes what?
That Jesus Christ was publicly portrayed as crucified.
Portrayed as crucified. So his main thing is the Galatians didn't believe in this crucifixion, and he's saying, who has bewitched you? He was portrayed as crucified right before your eyes. This is what he has an issue with. He's addressing the Galatians because they believe in something different. They don't believe in this vicarious atonement. They don't believe in this death, burial, and resurrection. They believe in Jesus, but they believe in something else. Why would he use the phrase, who has bewitched you?
Yeah?
Who has bewitched you? And then what were they bewitched of?
It says here in verse 2, let me ask you this. So he's clarifying. Did you receive the Spirit by works of the law or by hearing with faith? Are you so foolish? Having begun in the Spirit, now you're being perfected by the flesh. He's saying that, guys, you saw Jesus being crucified. In other words, atonement for your sins.
Portrayed.
Yeah. You portrayed. Yeah. you know it's about
You know,
Jesus
portrayed
being.
is not the same thing as seeing, right?
Yeah, understand that. Sorry for that's just a misspoke.
Right.
It was before your
No problem.
very eyes that Jesus Christ was probably portrayed as crucified. Okay, so he's saying, like, guys, you know Jesus was crucified. He's implying for your sins. It's no longer by work. Then he's saying, why? You know you've begun in the spirit. Now you're trying to be perfected by the flesh. He's saying, if you know that Jesus was crucified, why are you going back to works? Why are you going back to circumcision?
No, okay, so the terms that he uses is very specific, right? He says, who has bewitched you?
Yeah,
Now,
who
if you look at
strict
the
you?
Greek word that is
Somebody
Yeah,
strict them. There's been people coming in saying that, guys, you Galatians, you need to be circumcised. Those are the people who bewitched them.
By the way, who is telling people to be circumcised? It's not just random people that went to Galatians. It's also like if you go to the book of Acts, you
I'm
see
going to ask you to
Peter-
start getting to your point on the topic of this, because we've been
Okay,
talking about this, but how does it...
Yeah, but the
Wait,
point
is
here.
the circumcision the
Well,
Injil?
the point here, no,
No,
the point
circumcision
here
is
that
the chopping of
Galatians-
the...
circumcision is the foreskin.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what it is, but it's due to the Injil, is what I'm saying.
Mm,
It's
Something
due to
like
the
that.
covenant.
Something like
no,
that.
yeah, it's
But-
a covenant thing. But anyways, basically, here's the point, right? The point is, right, is that the Galatians did not believe in the crucifixion of Jesus, and that's why he's saying, "Who has bewitched you?" He was
No.
portrayed as crucified. Wait, let me finish.
But that's
Okay?
not correct. It's not that they didn't believe
I
in the
know
crucifixion.
you're saying that's not correct, but I'm going according to the context of the verse. That has to be the case, and the reason why is because he's right there telling them that it was portrayed. Do you know what it means? It was portrayed. They didn't see it because they're Galatians. They
Yeah.
live all the way in Turkey. They did not witness this crucifixion. So at the very best, they've heard of this crucifixion. They don't know whether it's true or not, and they go with trusted individuals that tells them that he wasn't crucified, and they believe in this. There's many groups, by the way. It's not just the Galatians that didn't believe Jesus was crucified. It's the Basilidians, it's the Ebionites, it's the Nazarenes. There's so many groups that
but I've
don't
no
believe
idea
this.
where you're going with this. Because first of all,
What
you're
I'm
wrong.
going with this- what I'm going with-
That's not what Galatians is
where I'm-
about. And your own scripture says that
where-
Allah made it appear that Jesus was crucified. So
That's no.
Why-
Listen. Again, my whole point here is to believe Jesus was crucified. It wasn't the issue with Christians. Is all the other things that comes with this crucifixion.
yeah,
right?
it's the resurrection that's the issue.
It's
But
the
you can't have a
resurrection.
resurrection if you don't have a death. So if Allah
Yeah,
didn't make
exactly.
appear that Jesus was crucified, they wouldn't have a resurrection. To
Okay,
start
but
the
there are
religion
other
with.
people that were resurrected, like Lazarus. What's his name? Ezekiel. Resurrected people. Many people were resurrected in the Old Testament and the New Testament.
Yeah.
It never led to people associating partners with
Yeah,
God and saying that they're the Son of God and that they themselves are consubstantial with God. Again, you're doing
Right,
a
yeah,
disservice to Christianity.
Yeah, yeah,
Christianity
but-
is more
but
than
the-
just crucifixion.
Yeah.
Right,
But
the
remember,
reason being there.
Lazarus wasn't prophesied to be resurrected in the Old Testament. He wasn't claimed to be the Messiah. He didn't claim to be the Son of God. He didn't say,
Exactly.
destroy this temple, referring to his body, and in 3 days I will raise it up.
Well, I can flip it back on you and say that the Messiah was never prophesied to die or to be harmed. This is why.
Excuse me?
This is why.
Excuse
this
me?
is why.
Shall we go to
Yeah,
Psalm
this-
22? Shall we go to Isaiah 53?
See, you're is a presupposition. You're presupposing that Isaiah 53 is a messianic prophecy. You have to substantiate that.
Oh, okay. I'm willing to do this, man. I'm here for. I'm here.
Okay.
Not
so if we
not
go-
all night. Like I'm saying, like that's a topic I would definitely like to discuss with you on a different night. Tonight we're discussing Allah created Christianity, but
Right, that's fine.
I'm very
again,
happy to
you went
defend
the
that point.
You went to the prophecy aspect of this. I didn't even want to go there, but I was willing to go there with you. If
Yeah,
you were
I'm just
willing to-
the reason I went there is because you said, like, listen, Lazarus was resurrected, nobody followed me. I'm saying, like, there's reasons why people, believe that Jesus was the Son of God, and his resurrection was a bigger deal than Lazarus's.
Yeah, that's fine. But again, my point is that people resurrecting from the dead shouldn't lead to then believing that these people are themselves are consubstantial with God, right? It doesn't follow. There is no link there. right?
Okay,
So-
straight
It
question
does.
then. Straight question then. Sorry for
Sure.
Harley for continually interrupting you.
It's fine. It's fine. Go ahead.
But okay, straight question then. Did Allah know that Christianity was gonna start? That people were gonna believe he was resurrected when he made it appear that Jesus was crucified?
That's like
Straight
saying
question.
that Allah,
That's a
like
tough
saying-
question. It's
no,
a
it's
yes
not
or
a
a
tough
no.
question. It's a very easy question because that's like saying, did Allah know that there were going to be disbelievers before He created humans?
He did.
Well,
So
here's
you're
the
saying
thing,
yes.
a much simpler.
Of course He did. Of course Allah knows everything, right?
Why? Now my
He doesn't
next
lack
question
knowledge.
is why? Why did he do it
But
then?
if Alan knows
What was the
everything,
purpose?
then
Why
he
did He
knew that
create
that was gonna
humans even though
happen.
some of them will be disbelievers? Is that the question?
Not some of them disbelievers. Why did it causing people to start a false religion? According
again-
to Islam. I'm saying according to Islam. I just don't want
the
people to
same-
poke me wrong here. Imagine that moment.
But
People
false
clipping
religions.
us.
But the same could be applied to you. Why did Allah did your God know that Islam was going to be a religion?
Yeah.
Did the
Okay,
Father do
did
anything
your
to
God
cause
know-
Islam? Did an
One
action that
second.
God
Exactly.
did an action that God do cause Islam, or was Islam people's choice?
No, Islam was caused by Allah because Allah exists, and Islam must exist because Allah exists. Do you know what the word
Right,
Islam
okay.
is? Wait,
Okay,
one
so
second.
no action.
Or like we can't have three
discussions.
sorry, we can't have free discussions. Orly, sorry, we can't have free discussions going
Okay.
on. Sorry, Orly.
Appreciate it. So as I was saying, right? It's the same thing with Islam, right? You guys knew.
It's
You guys said.
not.
Hold on, Harley.
I'm
One
gonna
second.
meet you. One more time, I'm gonna meet you. I'm sorry, Harley. I appreciate you being here, but
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. It's just
no.
every time I try and get to talk, I don't get to. So sorry.
yeah, I know, but I shouldn't have let you on in the first place, really, because I just like having one-on-one conversations. But I'm letting you stay. But please don't interrupt.
Appreciate it, host. Thank you. So
thank you.
it's the same thing with me. I can say the same thing to you. Why did your God allow Islam to manifest and exist?
Okay,
Right?
but there's a difference because Allah, according to Islam, didn't just allow Christianity to manifest. He was an integral part of the cause for Christianity. That's a big difference.
Okay, but the same way you guys believe in a death, burial, and resurrection, right? If you guys believe that, which is a miracle, right? You understand how this is a miraculous event. Somebody dying and resurrecting 3 days later. This is clearly a miracle.
So thirsty.
Yes? Okay. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ performed miracles as well, such as splitting the moon, such as healing people, such as water gushing from his fingers. Why did God allow such miracles to take place with a prophet that is false, and people would eventually fall for it if he's a false prophet?
I don't think any of those
According
things
to you guys.
happened. I don't think any of those things happened.
I don't think that Jesus died and resurrected either.
Yeah, but your Bible, sorry, not your Bible,
Quran,
your
yes.
Quran still says that Allah made it look like Jesus was crucified, which is an integral part of starting Christianity. That's the thing you can't get
To
around.
be fair,
Here's what
to
I
be
think.
fair,
Okay, can I
the
ask you a
Quranic
follow-up
verse-
question? Can I ask you a follow-up question?
Sure. Go ahead.
You know about abrogated verses, right?
Yes.
I think you just should have abrogated that verse, then it would have been a problem.
What verse?
The one
about
that
the
says
verse?
Allah made it look like Jesus was crucified.
Okay.
Can't you
so
still
to be
abrogate
fair-
it? What's the
to
rules
be-
for abrogation? Can't you guys still abrogate it?
No, we don't abrogate. Allah abrogates. But anyways, again,
Maybe you should.
The verse itself says,
For the sake of Islam.
Islam. So wait 1 second. The verse literally says, وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ وَلَكِنْ شُبِّهَ لَهُم. It appeared to be so. Okay, it doesn't really specify that it was God who did it, right? It doesn't. If you read the Arabic, it does not specify. Allah is the
I've
one who made
hashed
it
this
appear.
out with Abu before. So you're saying that they made a mistake?
No. It's not that it's a we made a mistake. What? How does that
If
follow?
Allah didn't
Wait,
cause it, then somebody made a mistake. They crucified the wrong
How
guy.
does that follow? Wait. How does that follow? Somebody made a mistake.
Because if Allah didn't cause it, and the purpose was to crucify Jesus, and they didn't, then somebody made a mistake.
No,
A big mistake.
With me, I don't have an issue if Allah made it appear so. That's not problematic for me. However, to be fair to the verse, it doesn't even say Allah made it appear so. Okay, it just
Right.
says it was made to appear, so is what it says. ولكن شبه
By-
لهم.
By whom?
Doesn't specify by who.
So
So
can I
But
ask a
that just,
clarifying
bro, that's.
question here?
I don't think we can even really consider that. Because what you're saying then is that either the Romans just made a dumb mistake, like, and nobody corrected them. And
Why is that
Jesus was
impossible?
standing there in the crowd and like, shh, 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 don't let them see you. Don't let them see, like,
Why is that impossible?
mate, if you want to, for the audience, say that's what you're going with, like, I'm not going to challenge you with that, but.
I'm saying, why is that impossible? Like, is there an
not
illogical
sa-
impossibility for that to be the
Mate,
case?
I'm not even going to try and argue for you that it's not impossible. If you want to leave it there, I'll say, okay, let's go with that. They made a mistake. The
To
Romans
me,
made a
this verse
mistake.
is-
That to me
right,
is
this-
even worse.
No, to me, this verse is actually a nail on the coffin, right? Because Allah is bold in this verse. He says, وَإِنَّ الَّذِينَ اخْتَلَفُوا فِيهِ لَفِي شَكٍّ مِّنْهِ, right? And those who argue for this crucifixion, they are not sure, they are not certain. مَا لَهُمْ بِهِ مِنْ عِلْمٍ إِلَّا اتِّبَاعَ الظَّنِّ. They do not have any knowledge, right? They are arguing based on assumptions and conjecture.
What
And that's exactly
does
what we have to
conjecture?
do.
What does conjecture mean?
It's like hearsay.
Hearsay.
Yeah. Right?
Okay,
Like
okay.
there's no certainty in this claim that he was crucified.
But
this is the
if
claim
it's-
that Allah is making.
But if it's hearsay caused by Allah because Allah caused the hearsay because He made it appear that Jesus was crucified.
Yeah,
That's
but
all I'm
Allah-
still
again-
saying. Like, why
again,
would He make it?
but
Why
this
did He
is
do
only
it?
problematic. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, this is only problematic, right? If Allah was punishing people before Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam for believing in the crucifixion of Jesus, okay? Allah says, right, a lot of our scholars believe, if you believe that Jesus was crucified before the arrival of the Prophet Muhammad, that is not an issue, that's not a problem. The problem becomes when you believe that Jesus was crucified, resurrected, and that this was atoning for your sin, and that Jesus himself is God, and that Jesus is consubstantial with God, right? These are what Islam would have an issue with prior to the Prophet Muhammad.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But I'm still asking
Yeah,
the question.
exactly. That wasn't
why did
created by
Allah
God.
made it look like Jesus was crucified if He knew it was going to start a false religion? I'm still
Again,
asking that question. Like, even though
Why
I
did
agree with
Allah
everything you
what?
say, why did Allah still, even though I agree with everything you just said, still, why did Allah made it look like Jesus was crucified if He knew it was going to start a false religion?
Again, you're presupposing
And
Allah made it
then
look that way.
then
This
wait
verse doesn't say that.
600 years to correct it, to bring this verse. 600
You
years.
Okay. Again, the 600 years gap that you're talking about, again, this would have been a problem if the people that existed within those 600 years would have been punished for this in the hereafter had they believed this. But since they're not being punished for believing that Jesus was crucified, it's not problematic. Okay? It's only problematic for people to continue to believe this after the Quran was revealed.
Yeah, and they did. But they not
And
only
that's why
did,
it's
they also
problematic.
believed in the resurrection. And that Jesus was
Yeah, exactly.
consubstantial with
Again-
God. Because
not
it was made look like Jesus was crucified. If Allah didn't
Again,
make it
not-
look like Jesus was crucified. We're just going in circles here, man. Because the thing
No,
is, at the end
no.
of the day, I don't think you've got an answer to this. I think you have to go what the people say in the comments and what
I gave you an
and what
answer. I
Muhammad
gave you an
said
answer.
that maybe it's a test. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. There's a miracle, right, in Islam, where Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, was gonna be unalived by the people by being attached to a stick, right, or like a tree, and get lit on fire.
Oh, sorry, say that again.
And-
Say that again.
Abraham was there was an attempt on Abraham's life by the people in his community.
Are you talking
When he
about a biblical story now, or?
No, in
From
Islam,
Quran.
in Islam.
Islam, yeah,
in
sorry.
Islam.
Cool.
So I don't know if this is found in your Bible, but
Yeah,
in-
I was just
in
trying to
Islam, right?
follow, but I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, in Islam, okay, so there was an attempt on the life of Abraham by the community after he destroyed their idols. And the way they wanted to unalive him is by tying him to a tree and lighting him on fire. Abraham survived that. How? Because a miraculous event took place. The fire turned cold. The fire turned cold, and Abraham was saved. there are multitude of ways where Allah could have saved Abraham from ever even being tied to a tree, let alone get to the point where the fire was lit. Right? Why did Allah choose for him to save Abraham in a matter in which it had to be done where the fire was turned cold?
I have an answer.
Allah-
I put up my hand.
Okay.
So that God can be glorified, because that is obviously a miracle. But Jesus, making it look like Jesus died and saying he was actually raised to heaven, doesn't give glory to God. People are going to think like, oh, Jesus died.
No,
completely
again,
different.
That's
The other-
fine.
The other
But-
thing is, saving Abraham, that didn't cause another religion.
Yeah, that is also
It
true.
doesn't matter whether it caused another religion or not.
Of course
Okay?
it does.
The point, wait, one second. Again, you guys, the whole issue here is you're tying this to Allah, saying that because of this action, this religion was caused. You're saying that, but you're not really making an adequate argument for this.
Oh,
because the religion is not just the crucifixion of Jesus. And if it was, right, we already told you that the crucifixion of Jesus alone is not
I know. You don't have to go through the.
We
I
went over
agree
that.
with it.
Okay,
I agree with that.
Exactly.
But still,
so what
why
you guys
did
need
Allah
to explain to me?
Then all I need to know
Let me
is
just
what.
finish this moment.
Okay.
Comment.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me just finish this, and I'm gonna go on mute.
Yeah.
What you guys have failed to demonstrate is how is Allah responsible for then believing that this man resurrected 3 days later, and that this man, because it doesn't say Allah made it appear that he resurrected either. It doesn't say that, right? How is Allah responsible for the resurrection of Jesus, the alleged resurrection? How is Allah responsible for them people to believe that Jesus is consubstantial and co-eternal with Allah? How is that? How is Allah responsible for people to believe, right, that Jesus died for their sin, that he atoned for their sin? This death, burial, and resurrection atones for your sin. How is Allah responsible for all these things that transpired after this alleged crucifixion? You haven't yet demonstrated that.
All right. You ready?
Allah, go ahead.
Zibo.
Wait. My turn on my channel.
It's the host turn.
Okay, mate, I can't even remember everything you said now. You said, how is man, there was something about the resurrection you said. Can you go through your points again? Go through your points again.
Okay, yeah, sure. So you're saying that Allah made it appear for Jesus to be crucified. Understandable, no problem. Let's go with that, right? How is Allah then responsible for the resurrection? How is Allah responsible for the vicarious atonement of this resurrection? How is Allah for people to believe this, right?
This is what I wanted to ask. Okay, this is what I wanted to ask. Yes. I remember now.
Okay.
According to you, I know it doesn't say in the Quran, but according to you, when do you think that Jesus was raised into heaven? At what point?
Yeah. What do you mean? In relation to what?
Because it says that they didn't kill him and stuff like that, right? So you don't believe Jesus was killed. You believe he was raised to heaven, alive, right?
Right. Yeah.
When did this happen? When do you think it happened?
I mean, it happened while he was alive, obviously.
Yeah, but before this crucifixion event, or after this crucifixion event, or during?
Oh yeah, if it was after the crucifixion event, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know really. I don't think it. I would like to know what's the relevancy to that, to be honest.
Because you don't want to talk yourself into a hole. What I'm saying is, we don't. What I'm saying is, we don't know when. Okay, you agree with that? The Quran doesn't say when Jesus was raised.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So there is a possibility that he was raised after the fake crucifixion took place. So then maybe that's what started cause people to think that Jesus was raised, because they saw him crucified and then they saw him alive because he wasn't raised yet. So in that sense,
that's an argument from silence.
That's all I'm saying. Like all I'm saying is that, if Allah didn't make it appear all I'm saying is, if Allah didn't make it appear that Jesus was crucified, the problem goes away.
It's an argument from
Exactly,
silence, though,
nothing else would have
because it
happened.
comes. It comes with, okay, you understand how this is a fallacy, right?
But that's I understand that. I'm not understanding. I'm just saying. I'm just saying
good.
you
So how
posed
are you
you.
gonna make a fallacious argument?
That's not my main
No,
argument.
because-
That's not my main argument. I'm saying that. Still saying like, oh man, I'm giving you guys so much. I'm saying like, if Islam is true, like there's a lot of stuff that could have happened. I'm saying this verse causes you a lot of problems. That's why I didn't bring
no,
up.
it doesn't. Allah, this verse does not cause a lot of problems. To me, this verse is right
Unless
on
you
the money.
agree that Allah created Christianity, caused Christianity, then it doesn't.
Again,
but I think that's just something
no.
you have to agree. Like,
Okay.
just take it on the chin and be like,
The claim that
Allah wanted created
Christianity,
Allah
stems
wanted
from-
Christianity, and
listen.
we don't know why.
the claim that Allah created Christianity stems from you saying Allah's responsible for the
People
fake
thinking Jesus
crucifixion
died. Yeah.
because of people think, but that's not what Christianity is. You gotta be honest.
But that's
with
where it
yourself.
started. That's the first thing.
Again,
They
I
can't
have
be a
already
reason.
told you-
They can't be a resurrection if
I've
there's no death.
But listen, I've went over this point already.
I know, but
Okay, but listen. Hear
You're
me out,
not
because I
getting
keep getting
past
cut
it.
off. Okay, I've already pointed out this. That we've already went over this already. Jesus being crucified, believing in the crucifixion of Jesus, was not gonna take you to hell. Prior to the arrival of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. It only becomes problematic after the arrival of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. What is problematic for people who existed prior to the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam is not only the belief that Jesus was crucified, but all the other things that you believe, such as the vicarious atonement, such as him being consubstantial and co-eternal, such as believing that he himself is God and he came down on earth and humbled himself. These are blasphemous to God. This is why it's a problematic thing to believe. Okay,
I'm
not
100%
just Jesus
with
was
that.
crucified. Okay, so again, that's
But
what's
still,
the issue with
why
Islam
did
is.
Allah cause it to look like Jesus was crucified, firing the gun to start this whole sequence?
Jesus being that's not the issue here.
We're going
your
against
claim is that
No,
but your
I
claim,
hear
you gotta
what
be
you-
honest with the claim. You
I
gotta
hear
stick
what
to
you're
the claim.
saying. You're not
the claim
saying-
here is
you're
that
not
Allah
saying-
created Christianity.
The gun being fired that started the race is not the problem, it's where it's finished. Now I'm saying if the gun wasn't fired, the race wouldn't have started. If Allah didn't make it appear that Jesus was crucified, none of the following events would have taken place.
No.
And did he know it was going to happen?
No, it is because
Yes.
there would have been no
If Islam is
resurrection,
true,
no resurrection,
Allah knew it was
nobody
going to happen.
believing that
Wait,
Jesus
wait,
was,
wait, guys, one second.
Guys,
Let me just talk to one
we have to
person.
land
Let me
it.
talk to
We're
the
not going
host.
to get. We're going in
Yeah,
circles
but
because
but listen,
you
listen,
just have to
you
take it
need
on the
to-
chin, man.
you
It's
need
not
to
that
demonstrate-
bad. It's not
you
that
need to
bad.
demonstrate. Okay.
Just
okay,
say,
no,
I don't
host,
know
host,
why Allah
Host.
started Christianity.
Because again, you're simplifying this to just the crucifixion. That's not what the claim on the background. I'm reading it right now. It says, Allah
Without the death.
created. Wait 1 second. Allah created Christianity is what you're saying here. Okay, and then if you say that, we have to take into account all the things that comes with Christianity. It's
Started.
not just believing in the crucifixion. Abu Hamza already said.
Okay, I'll
Atheists
change it.
believe in the crucifixion.
I'll fix it. This whole debate will be over. I'll fix it.
Okay, because even if you fix
I'll-
it, you're gonna have an issue. But I'm just saying.
I'm gonna fix it. I'm
Can I-
gonna say
can I ask
instead
a
of
question?
created, I'm gonna say started.
Zibo, read Surah Ma'idah verse 48 to them.
Okay, there you go. You convinced me to change it.
Right, so can I ask a quick question?
Yeah,
What
go
did you
for
change
Ollie.
it to?
Started, not created.
That doesn't fix it.
I know. I'm being funny. I'm tired, guys. I'm tired, but
alright.
I'm tired. But I
doesn't
appreciate
fix
everybody.
it, man.
But Harley, you just had a question. Let's have Harley, who hasn't had a chance to talk. Harley, make this one worth it. This is your question.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Right. So let's assume, right, that
That's not a
Allah-
question.
I'm
Okay,
giving
quick,
you a scenario.
quick,
I'm giving
quick.
you a scenario.
Quick, okay.
So let's assume that Allah didn't make it appear that there was anyone else on the cross, and Jesus, because according to Islam's beliefs, was just unalived on the cross. Allah didn't save him. Would anything else have been caused after that? As in the resurrection, as in anybody believing that Jesus was was a god? Would anything else? Would anything else have come? Would anything else have followed that?
With anything
I
else
think
I
that's
followed
a.
what?
I
I'm
think
confused.
that's a mic drop moment. Thank you, Orly.
Oh, wait.
Let's land it there.
What's the question again?
It's not a question. It's really a oh yeah, it is a question, but it's a
So,
rhetorical
yeah,
question.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
If Allah had allowed Jesus to be crucified on the cross, would anything else that follows within Christianity have been? Would it have followed? Because there would have been no resurrection. Nobody would have believed that Jesus was a part of a Trinity. Christianity would not have followed from it if Allah had allowed Jesus to be unalived on the cross. Would that be a fair statement or no?
No.
We're not going in circles again. We're stopping it there. We're stopping it there, Harley. Thank you for that last word. Thank you everybody for joining. Zebu, I would really like to have future discussions with you as well. Thank you for just talking respectfully and hashing this out. I know
you don't want me to address Harley real quick?
No, because she's just making the same point I've been making the whole time.
I just tried to put it in a different way. Yeah, I just tried to put it in a different way.
Her point is a little different.
So.
Her point is a little different. Can I address it real quick if you don't mind?
Oh no, because it's gonna start a whole new thing. I think you've said it, mate. This is it continues another day, mate. It continues another day.
Yo, host.
Yes.
Allah mentions in the Quran in chapter 5 verse 48 why he separated us. He says that he would have created us as one community, yet he wants to test us, so he separated us into different communities.
I appreciate that, man.
That's pretty much
I appreciate that.
Right,
I think that's good.
But we weren't told that it was.
Yeah, we're not going. We're not continuing. We're not continuing, Ollie.
Sorry,
we're done.
I was
We're
just
done.
going to
I
say,
know.
I was just
But
going to say the
yeah.
Quran didn't come for 600 years after,
Yeah.
so it can't have been a test.
Yeah, and thanks, Ollie. I appreciate your just your excitement about talking about Jesus and defending the gospel and stuff. I really appreciate that. Okay, thank you, everyone.
All right, man.
All right,
Thank you
good
for having
night.
me.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Talk again soon. Bye.